sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, this is Rip here because you're doing fantastic. I got a fun video with USS Hull again. Man, I'm just having a blast with this thing, just perking and popping that Confederate into the Halsey, and it is so dang fun. But just taking a look, even though this TLDR, this is not going to be a win, but we're going to have some fun before the game and match ends. And that's why I like showing off these videos, just to see some of the tactics, seeing some of the methods World of Warships is going on today. But as always, before we begin, like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all supporters of the channel. If you see value what we're doing here today, smash those buttons, and we can't thank you guys enough for the support. All right, let's get right to it. All right, Destroyer Olan definitely outspots us. As you can see, I already have the mod up here. As you could talk about, I can always see what the concealment is. So I already know everybody outspots me because of what my concealment is 8.0. That doesn't make sense. No, 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 is my concealment. I think that's a glitch right there. But 6.5, you see on the minimap, is what I've got. So we're basically going to be a gunboat platform. Now, if you don't know, basically the USS Hull is a Forrest Sherman with the Des Moines caliber guns on it. And it's so dang powerful and fun. And I've been using AP only majority of the matches to get really a lot of damage for just getting raw alpha damage. And you can see it perks the Confederate skill so well with the USS Hull. As long as you're constantly firing and just doing the damage to at least like half the fleet. So, and that you're gonna see in this video, that's pretty much doing that the whole time. I'm just shooting at everybody, taking names, taking pain, and doing everything I can, sending pain down range. I think I've heard somebody say that. So awesome. That's a great saying. Sending pain down range. So fun in the USS Hull. And right now we're just playing kind of conservative right now. Let the submarine and play it out, duke it out at alpha. I've noticed lately I haven't been rushing in too much because with the submarines, and now here's a trick, guys. If you see a submarine spawn on your side, you notice the opposite team's going to have the submarine on their side as well. As you can tell, it always works out that way for some reason. Matchmaking puts the submarines together. So I know that, hey, if there's a submarine like literally paired up with me, I know there's a submarine paired up on the other team as well. So we're not going to mess around and play with that, dodging these torps as well. Olan is definitely outmatched by the Hull. I'm not going to, it's just not a fair fight. So, but again, he has the advantage of concealment. But look at what my guns can do at range. Okay, this is just the back two turrets firing AP, okay? Watch what they do on his broadside. Look at that. 490. Ouch. 490. Ouch. 490. They hurt. And he's going to have to deal with that. I mean, these AP shells are powerful. Also, they do great damage against battleships. Yes, battleships are, victims, or will be victims to the USS Hull. Notice the torpedoes are coming right here. I notice I got my cooldown coming up, damage con, and boom, pop it, break the lock. And now they can't home anymore within a certain distance, arming range, where you want to call it, about 1 kilometer, I believe. So basically, I damage con right at the right moment. I save the damage cons for those moments right there. I would not damage con right away as you get pinged. Their pings reload so fast for submarines. So basically, I save it, hold it, so I can dodge and wait for the last minute to break the lock so I can get home just fine. All right, look at this. All right, we're trying AP plunging fire into the superstructure of the Palmer right here, doing great significant amounts of damage. Now, here's the problem, though, I find. The aiming, look at the dispersion. At 13 kilometers, it's horrendous. I mean, the dispersion literally is all over the place. You're better off just firing HE, and I sat there and thought about it. Like, maybe I should shoot HE because I'm not getting any kind of really significant damage until he shows broadside. So right there, he's more angled to us than he is to the Georgia, which is hilarious. Kind of funny. He'll angle to me, but not the Georgia. Okay, here we go. So thinking about it. Man, I don't think I switched to HE later, I think. Okay, here we go. He's showing a little bit more broadside now. So now we're going to keep the lead going a little bit. Let him walk right into our shells. And just look at the amount of damage we're going to get from that. 1,100, 880. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of juicy damage. And then he's going like, okay, it's probably not a good idea. Probably got to aim the USS Hull right there. But then here's the problem. He overcommits, and he's now aiming towards the turrets on our left. And then right when I switch to HE, I'm like, oh, crap, now he's giving us full broadside. So guess what we do? Switch back to AP. Now watch what this AP does. He's got like 9,000 health. Now watch this. The AP, oh, never mind. He gets blapped by the turrets. But like I said, he's going to go, wow, that was a lot of damage coming off the hull just by, firing those heavy Des Moines 203 millimeter gun shells. Pretty darn horrendous. I didn't get any torpedo hits. These torpedoes are horrendous. They're like single tube launchers. They really do nothing. That submarine is so dang pesky. He's just sitting right there at the opening of Alpha, so I really cannot do anything, because if I drive right into him and try to depth charge him, I'm going to get susceptible I'm going to be susceptible to the enemy shots from the Los Andes, the Olin, the Massachusetts. I'd rather just farm from a distance right now. Now look, always look at the mini-map. Now the Olin's in Alpha, so we don't have a destroyer in our air, but we still got this pesky submarine I don't want to deal with. So let's just take one battleship off the map first. That's kind of my logic here. Looking at the mini-map, what kind of damage can I do right now? I can't charge with this Bilal, who does significant damage to destroyers. Let's just wither away with the battleships that we can. Because my battleships over here are running in the back, I have no idea. Wow, great fun, right? When battleships just don't really do anything but just sit in the back and run away. All right, I've had enough venting about battleship play lately these days. Anyways, Olin, fire. Ooh, he took a massive shot right there. We'll see if we can get a lucky shot from downtown. No, we didn't get any. All right, so let's go. Focus back on Massachusetts. Massachusetts fires at us. Exclamation point goes off. Slam on the brakes. Hard right turn and bupkis. We throw away all his shots right there. And now we're going to start going fire on the Massachusetts. We're going to start a fire basically by switching to HE right here. Again, that submarine is going to be the bane of our existence, so we got to be careful not to damage con. He pings us right there. We're going to save that damage con until he reloads and fires torpedoes again. And just look at the... So HE does a great deal against angle targets. Look at that, 924, a great deal of damage. So we're going to start as many fires as we can until he shows broadside, so because he wants to get those guns showing, right? Once he shows that broadside, we switch to AP and just watch the amount of firepower that can be dealt to a Massachusetts, which is not that bad, man. I'm telling you, the AP on this thing is amazing. Look at that, 1,500 damage just from a couple shells. Some of these, you might get like 1,100 damage just by one shell, too, sometimes. All right, we switch back to HE. He's angling to us again. And we're just going to keep focus on him. I mean, never give up, right? Just keep on bringing the hate. My team is half dead now, so I'm pretty much going, you know what, let's go full send this thing, kill as many guys as we can, and go out with a blaze of glory and just constantly fire and getting that 1,800 damage right there. Look at that, 1,800 damage, 3 shells in the air. One of the 3 shells got a hit, at least. I mean, the dispersion on these guns are terrible. I mean, I wish they were like Sherman dispersion. This thing would be OP overpowered if we had Sherman dispersion. I love the sound of the guns, by the way, can't you? Look at that. Nice. Another fire right there. I don't think he has fire prevention because we started 2 fires. Okay, here we go. Damage con, the lock on us right there, and watch the submarine torpedoes go right by. Again, that's why you got to save those damage cons right when you get locked, and right literally before about 1 to 2 kilometers prior to impacting, go ahead and damage con the ping and let the torpedoes go right by. All right, here we go. Massachusetts all the way down to 7,000. And don't give up, okay? Keep on firing. Ready to go. Shots from the right, Baltimore or somebody. Helps us out a lot, but now is he healing? Yep, he is healing, so we got to keep the fire going because the Massachusetts heals are amazing, so we got to keep going. In the last shot, get it, baby, and boom, there it is. Splash 1, 99,000 damage, 100,000 damage right there. And now we got a wet dream for the USS Hull right here, a broadside cruiser, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so AP will be wonderful right here. So just take a look at the amount of firepower and the pain downrange will do to this cruiser. Now, we got to spot him, so I got to turn in and get as close as I can. The ARPA has a 9.3 kilometer detect, so we got to get within, or he fired his guns, which is a bad thing. You do not want to show broadside to a USS Hull. Look at the amount of damage we're doing right there. Keep on going. Now, if I aim right at the waterline, look what I'm looking for. You get those right there. Citadel, 4,900 damage on the Citadel. Each shell does 4,900. Imagine we get all 3 going. Come on, baby. Let's get one more. The shells are just horrendous dispersion. I mean, there's a lucky one right there. It's just the RNG Jesus, and then gets one right there. Last Citadel, 126,000 damage. 1 cruiser down, splash 2. And now we're going to start working our way down the line. All right, who we got now? We got the Los Andes. Los Andes is the Tier 9 version of the basic Libertad. Some of the best secondaries in the game. Pretty much almost identical, just Tier 9. So we're going to have to basically melt this guy down as much as we can. He's showing really nice broadside. Notice my shells are not doing too much damage to him. So we're getting some non-pens right there. So we're going to switch to AP, and then a full-side battleship is exactly what you want to see. Look at that. Look at this. The penetration right there. Giggity. And look at that, 1,100 damage. Love it. The AP just melts just the battleships alive. I'm telling you. Only if they can connect, though. I'm telling you. The dispersion, again, it's like literally kind of cruiser dispersion. I think it still retains that Des Moines kind of dispersion. If only it had 4 Sherman dispersion, it'd be awesome. All right, now look at that, melting enough. Now, here's the thing. The reason why we're going to proc Confederate is because I fired at everybody. Just keep firing AP into everybody, and you're just going to connect and get that damage racking up. And it's just, over time, it's just going to eventually get you to Confederate, which is doing a significant amount of damage to a majority number of ships. So that's what we got to do. You got to rack up that damage. All right, here we go. Who's next? Who's the next victim here? All right, we pretty much lost this. It's 3 on, what, 7? But you know what? We're not going to go down without a fight right here. All right, here is Barbiano. I told you that broken ship. Now, here's the problem with Barbiano in this regard. He has to find the perfect arcs and lead the shells correctly, because with the hull, if it had the engine boost, if I had an engine boost, I could really juke these shells really, really well. So we're going to really slam on the brakes. He's recalibrating now. He's going like, okay, he's slowing down. Oh, whoa, what the heck did I just do right there? I proc for Confederate. Confederate main battery reload reduced. Now we're at 1.8 second reload, ladies and gents, and here we go. I'm just throttle juking the best I can. Let's see if we can get this final kill on the Barbiano. Last shot, 4,000, 3,000. Oh, 275. Somebody kill this guy. There we go. Somebody kills him. All right, Turpin's a secondaries. Way to go get him. All right, now look at this. This is the fun. This is where the magic happens. 1.8 second reload on the broadside of a battleship. Look at the damage we're getting right here. Just one shell coming out every second and a half here. It's a machine gun. Halsey on a machine gun of Des Moines caliber guns. Can you imagine if Des Moines fired like this? Oh, yeah. Just so satisfying. And he goes down. All right. And here comes Olan. Olan, you do not want to pick a fight with a full broadside 1.8 second reload hull. And look at that. One shell just blaps him out of existence. Holy crap. We just did 2 kills right there in the last minute there. And now it's pretty much game on. Who's left? Oh, here comes Los Andes. He wants some action, too. He wants some of this. All right, let's see if we can take him down. 30,000 HP, guys. Look at that. 3,200 damage hits right there. If we can connect these shells perfectly, we would get amazing damage. I just got to get right at the Citadel waterline area. And I'm just working my way. Ooh, look, submarines are shooting at us. Benham is shooting at us. But let's see if we can take this guy down right before we go down. 212,000 damage, ladies and gents. And we got 3 kills. Let's see if we can make this a 4th kill, because we're the last ones to live here. We lose by points, but we survive. I'm telling you, the hull survives, and we got our heal back. And did we get it? And we get the kill right at the end there. And I don't know, did that count as a flesh wound? No, it did not. Oh, man. So we killed him before we died, but we got high-caliber Confederate. See, Confederate is basically damaging 6 or more enemy ships, and each ship must at least, the damage from each one has to at least amount to 20% of her base HP. So we got to do at least 20% damage to 6 or more of the ships, and you can, and that's it. That's pretty much how you proc it. So just do 20% damage on 6 ships. Just keep firing at everybody, essentially. My gosh, that was fun. And how did we do? Yep, top 2 in the team there. Good job on the Turpits on our side. 161,000 damage from AP alone. Then we did start a couple fires. 1.4 million potential. You are classified as annoying. About 1 million above for a destroyer. Holy mackerel right there. And let's see, we making some change? Yeah, we made some money there. So, hey, what a great ship. Definitely recommend the USS Hull. So fun. Even though it was a loss, we had some fun. 4 kills, 6 fires, 3 citadels. We were just blasting, having a great time. If only my team could bring it back and kill some ships other than us. But as always, before we leave, like, subscribe, button below. We appreciate all the supporters of the channel. Bill will be at the end of the video. And if you see me out there, make sure you say hello, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.